All right, first thing we talked about is the grip. You have this left hand, glove hand's fine. We talked about how your hand is underneath. I'm over exaggerating over here on the right. My hand is in what we call flexion, which means it's bowed out. Extension when it's bent in. It's important to kind of feel the difference in these two. You have no leverage in this golf club. You have no leverage to play. You have a hand that can scoop up. You have a scooping hand and not a leverage hand. So we need to get that hand to change. We'll move this back and see right there. So as I grip this golf club, it's important to feel that little leverage point right there to the shaft or the grip, and that's allowing us to play leverage, which you'll see here in a second. Without that hand, we really can't play leverage. So it felt strange. We have to keep working on that. If it feels comfortable, still going back to the other one, make sure you put that on and feeling pressure right there every time. And with that, your swing can evolve. Without this, you can't really leverage the golf club as much as you can. You can have speed, but no leverage. Okay, so let's take a look next. There's 3 things in a swing that we can have, and there's 6 things you can move. There's your shoulders, your hips, your wrists. Those are the 3 bad things for you in certain areas. In the backswing, there's a load of energy. That's the backswing. There's a force applying it to the ball, and the speed is the club swinging out of that force to make it go fast. When you get in trouble, you will overmove from the shoulders and the hips, and the backswing causing no leverage to the ground. So right now, you're just kind of sliding and twisting up away. So you really don't have any power. It'd be easy for me to push you over. You're not really connected to the ground at all. So you look like you have a turn here, but it really doesn't have any power. So now, because you don't have any power from the ground, your shoulders have to overmove to get speed. It'll twist. You'll see it twist away from the ball. You see that shoulders and upper body trying to create speed, and you're just pulling away. And your hands have to run late, and then they can't really compress the ball. So we worked on the backswing first to get to that feeling. So let's go to the backswing. So the main drill is for you to feel now the first thing we're trying to feel is resistance. And we're trying to build think of it as building a stretch or a spring, and the more you stretch, the more it speeds up without any force from you, and it turbocharges all your energy correctly from the ground up. Like all sports, we have to move from the ground up. You are moving from the shoulders down because of the way you wound your body up. That's your shoulders trying to create speed at the top. Now the first thing I'm going to do this, I'm just going to have my hands a little high here for you. I want you to put them right on your rib cage. You're going to feel that your knees are going to face the camera. You can feel the top of your knees, those muscles resisting. You're going to feel pressure right here to the ground in your feet. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel just resistance. And then you're going to feel your core muscles tighten up right in here. That means you're doing it correctly. Now we need to get our arm away from our body, so we're going to what we call punch the wall drill. So once we got here, I wanted you to feel not lifting, but punching the wall. We want to punch the wall with a force of energy. Now I have my width. Now this part, you're going to feel a stretch point right underneath your arm, underneath side, and feel a stretch right there. There's a stretching point, and then right here. So that is your backswing. This is a wound up position. This is, we're building a spring of resistance. And this is how we can almost double your speed, especially with that driver. Okay, now we need to play leverage to something. So to get the ball up in the air, let's move this ahead. So to get the ball in the air, we do not go under, we're applying leverage. So if you see these shafts as they're hitting down from the Pro Tour, you see the shaft is leaning this way. That's why we need that leverage point on the back of that hand here to apply leverage there. The bottom of the swing is not at the ball. The bottom of the swing is in front of the ball. So a tour player is going to hit the ball first, compress it, and take the divot afterwards. So that's why we have that hand like that to apply leverage to it. You also see his hands are very quiet. They're applying leverage, not trying to do much. There is a flexion and an extension here. He's overdoing it, and you can see a normal tour player won't have that much flexion, but they still have it, definitely have that extension right there. That will get a consistent, solid contact. So we know that's our leverage. Whether we're hitting a chip, pitch, full swing, we're applying leverage to that golf ball. So our backswing has already gotten better. Now we need to get that leverage to the ball. Now this all happens. You can't be too conscious about this, but we need to sense it was what we're trying to accomplish. But if you try to fill it in real time, it just happens too fast. Now the first drill is to get your core feeling drill. So right now in this drill, I've got my hand hugging my arm. This arm will stay close to my body. This is my athletic arm, will go up and down like I'm throwing a ball, but this arm stays close. I'm going to feel my core muscles, top of my legs and thighs, and my feet, creating a force of energy to play leverage to that bag. So I'm trying to play leverage, not lift, but leverage. So as I do this, you'll see here how Roy and I are playing leverage to the ball. You're trying to spin away and create speed, and I'm trying to get more leverage. Now this is Jon Rahm. We don't look alike. I mean, him and Roy don't look alike, but they still play leverage the same way, meaning how they move the ball to make solid contact. The last thing in the swing is we got to release this energy. So we'll see here Tommy Fleetwood, as he goes in there, he's playing leverage, and then he can release that energy into the golf club. So you can see these tour players as they start heading towards the ball. As you see how they're all playing leverage. They're all playing leverage to the ball. Right there, they're going to release the energy into the golf club. So there's a timing thing here. You'll go too late. So I wanted you to feel about right here as you're getting ready to hit. You got to let the club get into the golf club. It takes time for it to unhinge. You won't be able to do it just at impact. So we got to get that feeling about making a solid contact. After that feeling of compression, then we release the energy into the golf club like you're throwing a ball. There's a force, there's a hit, and then we let it fly. And all that energy goes to the club. You'll see all of them, their front shoulder, this front shoulder, this shoulder here, for every one of them, does not spin away from the ball. They are applying leverage to that ball. And then they release the energy into the club like they're throwing it. So that's how we're gonna keep working on that feeling. Just seeing these, since we're playing leverage, then we're gonna let it go.